While studying for our final exam, my best friend grabbed her stomach and said, "Stop kicking." "What?" Ella panicked. "I mean, stop eating. I'm so stressed, I need to stop eating," pushing away her third cafeteria burger that Tuesday, and I watched her hands shake as she gripped the table. She'd been getting sick a lot lately, throwing up in the mornings, falling asleep in class, looking exhausted all the time, and I figured she was destroying herself studying all night like half our grade was doing. "You need to stop pulling all-nighters," I told her, genuinely worried about her health. Our final exams were that night, and she had been staying up all night studying for weeks. People were cramming, but Ella was pushing herself harder than anyone, which made sense because she'd always got straight A's. But nobody told her she was taking it too far. She'd gained weight from all the stress eating, wore baggy hoodies because she was self-conscious about it, quit track because she was too exhausted to run, kept rushing to the bathroom to throw up from what I assumed was anxiety and exhaustion. I even caught her stealing fries off my plate because she was stress eating too much. "Maybe you should see a doctor," I suggested once when she nearly fainted in chemistry, but she said she couldn't waste time. Every minute counted. This test would determine her entire future. When we walked into the gym to take our test, we both couldn't believe what we saw. The school had hired security, and since so many students cheated last year, they had the whole gym on lockdown. They took our phones, made us walk through metal detectors like we were criminals, assigned us seats 3 feet apart in perfect rows, and absolutely nobody could leave for any reason once the clock started. Ella was 3 seats over from me, sweating even though the gym was freezing, constantly shifting in her chair like she couldn't get comfortable. "Can I borrow your sweater? I'm freezing." She shook her head at me, almost pretended like she didn't even hear. She must have been so nervous to start the test. I was locked in, just honestly trying to pass, when I heard it. Liquid hitting the floor, not like a spilled water bottle, but something else. And when I looked over, Ella's face was completely white, her eyes huge with panic. She gasped and quickly covered her hand with her mouth. The puddle under her chair was spreading. A few others noticed too, and I thought someone must have just spilled a drink. But then she made eye contact with me, her hands on her stomach, and it all hit me like a bus. Oh my god. The entire time I thought it was from studying. Ella was pregnant. She was going into labor. Right here, right now. This was not real. Mr. Waterbury noticed her making noise and walked over, his shoes clicking against the floor. "Ella, shh, you're distracting everyone else." Ella nodded, tears streaming down her face, biting through her lip to keep from screaming. I could see her whole body shaking, but she couldn't just leave. Her future depended on this test. She couldn't stay quiet. She kept groaning, trying to fill out the bubble sheet so she could get out and get to a hospital. People were turning around, and Mr. Waterbury came back. "Ella, last chance." "Shh." Ella tried to call him over and whisper something, but couldn't speak through the pain. She didn't want anyone to know what was happening, and Mr. Waterbury clearly didn't care. Ella looked at me then, pure desperation in her eyes, and I knew she'd rather die in that chair than walk out and lose her future. She had to get to a hospital, or the baby might not survive. She started crying out loud. He marched back and yanked her test paper off, telling her to get out. I made my choice. I wasn't letting this happen. I stood up so fast my chair crashed backward and screamed, "She's pregnant! She's going into labor! Someone call an ambulance!" The gym went completely silent. 300 students frozen, confused looks on their faces. Mr. Waterbury's face going from angry, but when he realized, he was horrified when he saw the puddle on the floor. He really saw it. He dropped Ella's test and tried to stay calm, but completely panicked, looking for a phone to call an ambulance. They tried to carry her out on a cafeteria table because they couldn't wait for proper help, but it was too late. He kept saying, "I didn't know. I didn't know." They didn't get far, and Ella gave birth in the school's hallway. We all heard her screaming from the gym. Everyone was shouting, and the students were traumatized. However, the baby miraculously survived, and although she gave birth in the middle, Ella passed the test while I failed.